everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2018 movie Solo: A Star Wars Story. This movie is set 10 years before the original Star Wars movie, and follows Han Solo, who at the beginning of the movie is living with his girlfriend Kira on this planet where they're kind of like slaves and stuff, and they make a plan to escape and everything. He wants to be a pilot and everything, and they end up getting separated, and he promises that once he becomes a pilot, he's going to come back for her. And then it moves on a little bit into the future. He meets Tobias Beck, I think is his name, played by Woody Harrelson, and they kind of like go on this heist mission thing. He also meets Chewie for the first time. We get to see how they met, which was really pretty cool, getting to see how they met. Like some stormtroopers had thrown him into this pit to be ate by Chewie, and they end up devising an escape plan together. And of course, the rest is history. I mean, everybody knows Han and Chewie are like brothers and stuff. It's really cool getting to see how they met, though, and everything. Although there's this really awkward scene after they first escape with Tobias Beck, and they were taking a shower on the ship together and everything. It's just really awkward and weird. I think it was meant to be humorous, but it just came off as really weird and kind of cringy. But after that, they go on this little heist mission. They join Tobias, that way they could get the money and everything so that he could buy his ship. And everything goes wrong that can go wrong, and they lose two of their crew members. One who is Tobias's wife, I think, and then one of their friends is this alien dude. I don't remember what his name is, but he's voiced by Jon Favreau. I thought that was pretty interesting, finding out that he was in this movie. But then they go and try to make up for their mission and everything, and they get sent to Kessel. Along the way they meet Lando Calrissian, who they get to join them in the mission and everything. And he has a droid friend named L3, and she's like this equal rights robot that wants like equal rights for humans and droids and everything. When I very first heard about it, I thought that sounded really cringy and annoying, but it's not really done bad. They actually did a decent job with it in the movie and everything. And I think she was a pretty likable character and everything. But after they get done at that place, then they do the Kessel Run, which I've heard about throughout the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy about the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. So it was really cool getting to see that. I know when I very first saw it, though, I kind of thought it was a little underwhelming. I was like, this is what they've been making a big deal about all these years. But on rewatch, I enjoyed it a lot more. And I think that I fell asleep during part of this movie, too, when I saw it in the cinema, because there were some things in there that I didn't really remember, like just little things that happened and everything. But I think that kind of might have there were things that like shocked me in this. I was like, man, I don't remember that being in there. And but I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. And when they get back, of course, Tobias like pretty much turns his back on everybody and does this traitor thing, which at the beginning of the movie he warns Han not to trust anybody, including himself, and Han is still shocked about it, and everything. But there's also like this twist that the main villain of the movie, played by Paul Bettany, Drayton, I think is his name. There's like a twist with Tobias, and like he went behind Han's back, and then there's also the twist where he kind of ends up helping Han and taking the stuff back from Drayton, and then there's another twist with Kira, who secretly been working for Crimson Dawn, which we find out is Darth Maul, and everything. And it was really cool getting to see Darth Maul in this. He was only in there for about 2 minutes, if that even. But it was still cool getting to see him. Ray Park came back and played him, and the guy who did his voice on the shows and the Clone Wars and Rebels did his voice and everything. So I thought it was really cool getting to see Darth Maul on this again, and then and everything. And they kind of set up a sequel where about like where Han was at the end of the movie. Han and Chewie are heading to Tatooine to go on a mission that was similar to what Tobias had talked about earlier in the movie, which is pretty much guessing that something to do with Jabba the Hutt, because he had mentioned a gangster and stuff. So yeah, and Han ends up winning the Millennium Falcon from Lando. But this movie is pretty good. It's pretty fast-paced. It's like most Star Wars movies, the pacing is pretty good and everything. And I know when I saw this movie, I was really worried that I wasn't going to like it, because I had heard so many bad things about Alden Ehrenreich, who plays Han, and I was not really looking forward to seeing this one. This was the first Star Wars movie that I was not excited to see and everything, but I still went to see it in the cinemas because I want to see all the Star Wars movies that I can there at the movie theater. And I gotta say, I really liked him as Han Solo. He wasn't perfect, like his voice and stuff, and his line delivery wasn't extremely great. Yeah, he's not Harrison Ford, but if you can kind of keep Harrison Ford in the back of your mind, he's really not that bad, and he gets the mannerisms and stuff that Han Solo was known for, like the pointing and stuff like that. It's done really good. I like that about it. And Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. I remember when I very first saw the movie, I thought he was really good and everything, but I kind of felt disappointed. But then after I rewatched the original trilogy and Rise of Skywalker and everything here just recently, and rewatching this movie, I was like, dang, he really nailed Lando perfectly. I mean, like, his voice and stuff and his mannerisms really reminded me of Billy D. Williams. I was like, man, I really do see why people say that his performance is the best in the movie, because he was really great as Lando. I really liked, what's her name? The girl from Game of Thrones that plays Kira, or Kura. I really like her. Emilia Clarke. She was really good in this and everything. And her and Alden Ehrenreich had pretty good chemistry. I thought she was pretty good. I loved Woody Harrelson in here. He's one of my favorite characters in this movie. I kind of hated that they killed him off. I kind of wish that they would have let him live. But then again, at the same time, he would have probably been too dangerous to be kept alive the way that he, turns on everybody towards the end of it, even though he kind of saw it coming. I mean, I kind of expected it from the beginning of the movie, like when he said that you shouldn't trust anybody. And it kind of, to me, that kind of just implied that. But I really do enjoy this movie. I think it's one of the best movies of 2018 still. I know when I did my list, I think I had it in my top 10, and it's still in my top 10. It might not be as high as it was last time though, because I didn't enjoy it as much on rewatch, but I do still like it quite a bit. Now, I know most people complain that it's pointless and it's just a cash grab, which, yeah, it is pointless and a cash grab, but if it's a fun, pointless cash grab, so I'm not really going to complain. I don't really mind if a movie's doesn't really have a reason to exist, as long as it's at least entertaining. Could I have lived without knowing, like, how Han got his name, or some of the things that they do in this movie? Maybe. And stuff like with the dice that suddenly became important in The Last Jedi in this movie, and then it's never been seen again. Or they didn't really do anything with the dice in Rise of Skywalker. I thought they were leading up to some kind of big thing with the dice. It's just kind of dumb. But I think this was a really good movie. It was a lot of fun, and I'd say I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's not the best Star Wars movie, but it is a lot of fun. It has a lot of cool action scenes and stuff, and the pacing is really good. So, but anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Solo: A Star Wars Story, and hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.